Hey, what's up, Move, Think, Smile followers? What's happening? We have cracked the 12,000 mark. What? That's really, really awesome for everybody
That's
that's been
incredible.
following us over the years. We're super, super excited. Things have ramped up recently. And we've got something we want to share with you today. We've actually got a really cool special announcement, don't we, Elia?
We do. It's something that we've never done before, and it's an amazing bundle of joy packed into 3 hours.
Yeah, well, most of the people who follow Move Think Smile don't have a bundle of joy that they're waking up with every morning. That's why they're following us, right? A lot of these
Right.
people are dealing with burnout and they're dealing with fatigue and they're dealing with just no time and no energy. And it was interesting, if you've been following us for a while, you know that Ellie and I, we really, really love to get outside. We
Yeah.
specialize in turning burnout into badass, basically turning fatigue and overwhelm and depression and anger into freedom and energy and confidence, creating
Yeah.
maximum results at home and work and creating maximum life for you. And one of the things that we really love to do personally is we love to do obstacle races. And we do a lot of Spartan races and we get these questions all the time. And it's probably the number one question we get, right, Ellie? And that is, how 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 can I do you really think I can get time? Do you really think I can get the time for myself? Do you really think I can not only that, get the time to do something, but can I also get the energy to actually enjoy the time when I get it?
Yeah, this is the huge catch 22. I mean, we find people asking us these questions because, they come to us saying, I'm experiencing all of these things. My life is just like suck right now, and I know that I can do better and I know that I want better. And then, we share with them what we do, and then it's kind of like, but I don't have the time to fix myself, right? I don't
Right.
have the energy to do this. And, it is really fascinating because, that's how we get stuck on the hamster wheel. And, we've really realized, Adam and I, that, this relationship that people have to time is one huge obstacle that they've got to get through so that
Right.
they can push forward.
So what we've done is because people are like, man, do you really think I could do a Spartan race? A lot of people actually ask us that question. And we're like, well,
Mhm.
why couldn't you? It's like, I just don't one, I can't unplug from work. I'm just so busy with everything. And number two, if I get a little bit of time, I just don't have the energy or the motivation to enjoy it. Like, I
Yeah.
just don't know how to, I just don't know. I've got about enough to sit on the couch and look up the ceiling fan and count the rotations or stare at the
Yeah.
wall and,
Yeah.
see how much dust is piling up on everything. And I don't even want to clean that. Like, how am I going to, do you really think I can do this? And the answer is, guys, well, time is not the problem. Your
Yeah.
time is not the problem. And what we've done is Ellie and I have created a very, very special live event that's coming up this Tuesday, April 16th, and it's called Burnout to Badass Time and Energy Secrets. Now, for those of you who've been following us for a while, this is not a Facebook Live event. This is a private event. It's registration only. It is a fee paid event because we are going to lay down and train you on the foundation on how to get 90 hours of energetic free time in the next 30 days. And I know that sounds like a
Yes.
ridiculous number, right? But Elliot, tell them how we calculated that figure.
Yeah, so most people that we speak with are losing between 3 and 5 hours a day to the symptoms of burnout and battling stress and the overwhelm, the fatigue, the anxiety, the frustration, all of this stuff, and then the physical expression of that. So, the migraines, the stomach cramps, just all of this just crap, right? They're wasting 3 hours a day. So we really looked at
Minimum.
that and said, we can give you that time back.
Minimum. Yeah, it's crazy. And that's a minimum. Most of the
Yep.
clients that we work with are like 5 to 6 hours a day. They're
Yeah.
getting up, they're spending 12 hours commuting, working, coming home, doing stuff. And when they come home, they either are so exhausted they can't do anything. They just don't have the
Yeah.
motivation even to go hang out at Hobby Lobby with their friends, or they can't unplug and they just keep
Yeah.
working and basically until they drop, right? And their
Yeah.
productivity is going south. And every minute, things just aren't getting better. Like they're living in survival mode. They're waking up on autopilot. The relationship at home with their spouse, it may not be bad. Sometimes it is, but it just may not just be exciting anymore, right? Just like the
Yeah.
passion isn't there. And they're just kind of like, they're just doing the motions to do the motions.
Yeah.
And, guys, the way to tell if this workshop is for you, this intensive training experience, and I don't know if experience is the right thing. It's here's how you know, right? And we call this the burnout test. And answer these 3 questions. Number 1, are you dealing with an emotional hell right now? One of these: anxiety, overwhelm, depression, frustration, anger. At least one of the 5 big ones, right? And are you dealing with at least one of these physical pains right now? No energy, right? Or fatigue, exhaustion, weight gain. Sometimes it could be, weight loss or appetite loss, hair loss, body aches, headaches, chest pains, poor sleep, insomnia. And are you using at least one of these to try to manage the stress or cope with things? And you've got things like, like obvious things like therapy, counseling, medications, SSRIs, antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, other things in there. And are you coping with like stress eating or not eating? Sometimes it's not eating. Are you coping with drinking more than you should be drinking? If you're downing a 12-pack on a Tuesday night, that's not a good idea. Are you doing things like spending too much money? Are you just ordering stuff off of Amazon or just shopping at the grocery store or just buying stuff you just don't need? That's a coping mechanism. Are you overworking? That's a huge one, right? People, who are burning out and are stressing out actually tend to overwork thinking that's going to fix the problem. And this is where they start losing their time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the cool thing is on April 16th, like Adam's saying, if you qualify, if you're saying yes to each of those things, and again, that might seem like a huge laundry list of things, but here's the deal. Stress manifests for people differently. But what we do know is that stress, that overwhelm is the trigger for all those things, right? So again, since all of you said, well, I don't have any time to fix myself. Well, we're going to solve that problem for you on April 16th at 7 p.m. And we're going to do it in a very short, condensed amount of time, which is also really cool.
Yeah. So this is very different than the lives that we do here on Facebook that are free and open and public. This is very different than some of the short, like 45-minute, training workshops that we've done that maybe you guys have seen before. This is a live intensive. And here's where it's really different. And here's where I want you to pay attention. You might be going, oh man, I need this, but I can't be there on the 16th. That's okay. If you register before the event happens on the 16th, you will be given a form to fill out. And on that form, you can ask your questions and you can give us your problems. What's really, really just bothering you. And if you can make it onto the live event this Tuesday, we're going to work with you directly. Okay. Yeah. We're going to work with you directly. If you can't make it to that event, we're still going to work with you, but indirectly. We'll take your form, we'll go through your questions, we'll go through your problems, we'll give you our best advice, and we'll be available to answer some questions via email and, kind of, off the side burner right there. But it's very important. So even if you can't make it, please know that we are giving you the replay that you can watch at any time, the official recording. So if you don't get this before Tuesday, the price is going to drastically increase. And here's what I'm talking about. We're talking about $59. Okay. That's the price to get here. We have put a ton of energy into this, a ton of work into this, and we're going to lay out the foundation of the Move, Think, Smile method, formula, success pattern, whatever you want to call it, whatever. And, really gauge in on the time and the energy that you're craving. Right? Yeah. And a lot of you are just probably like, this is ridiculous. There's no way I can do this. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yeah. We have seen it time and time again.
Right. And the question that I would have, LA, for them is what if we did all this? We walked you step by step, guide you your hand all the way through on how to get, this energetic free time. We're talking about 90 hours in the next, 30 days. Let's say you only get 1 hour. 1 hour of uninterrupted, guilt-free personal time, full energy next week. And then it happens the week after that. And then it happens the week after that. If your time's worth $20 an hour, and I can guarantee your life is worth way more than $20 an hour, you just made your investment back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, feeling good is absolutely worth that. That's probably what you spend going out eating a meal that probably leaves you feeling not so good and not so energized.
Right. And so most of you watching this right now, you're probably living in survival mode. Like I said, waking up on autopilot, cramming as many tasks into each hour as humanly possible. But what you do not have is a rock solid way to use that time that creates, well, maximum results at home, maximum results at work, and, maximum health and freedom for you.
Yeah, I mean, we're really talking about optimal health and peak performance, right? We're really taking people from this place of suck to I feel amazing, right? And to realize how precious and short life is. And when you're living in high stress for a long period of time, you start to settle for just less than mediocre, terrible living. And, again, we have realized that the cure to that, right? The way to get over that obstacle is much more simple than you would think. And look, guys, we've been there. We've experienced the depression, the anxiety, the overwhelm, the burnout, the fatigue, the not wanting to do anything or not, just kind of watching our dreams pass us by. And we didn't realize the fix was so simple as it is. And, we've really got some incredible stuff to share with you guys.
Now, just because Elliot says it's simple doesn't mean it's easy.
Yes.
Okay. If it was easy, none of us would be suffering burnout, right? We wouldn't be dealing with fatigue and being tired all the time. So guys, there's a link above in the description. You can click on it, or you could just we set up a very special website just for this event. It's called burnout2badass.com. It's the only thing on the entire website is the event. If you do one thing for yourself, at least click on it and check it out. You may be like, yes, this is for me. There's a ton of testimonials on there from people that we've worked with. There's tons of raves and reviews on there from people that we've worked with. There's the details of exactly we're going to talk about in the workshop. And I mean, Elliot, we can just tell them real quick what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on through the bullets really of what we're going to cover.
So if you don't like to read and you just like to listen, here they are. Number one, we're going to show you the fastest and easiest way to achieve, what we like to call the ultimate work-life balance. So you can get that 90 hours of, guilt-free, energetic personal time in the next 30 days to finally do what you want without sacrificing your family, without sacrificing your career.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And we're going to go over the simple shift in your thinking that gives you an unfair advantage over 99.4% of the high achievers who are floundering with frustration, overwhelm, and burnout. And we're going to go over or how to overcome basically 2 deadly mistakes, all right, that people make with their to-do list.
Yep.
And, these 2 deadly mistakes destroy your health. And it's usually over a slow period of time. It's not like you wake up tomorrow and you're in crap, but it's the culprit for fatigue. It's the culprit for most weight gain. It's the culprit for the headaches and the body aches and the poor sleep and all the other problems that stress causes and burnout. And we're going to show you how to reverse those almost immediately.
Yep.
And then my favorite part is the 12-hour butterfly effect, right, Elia?
Yeah, I love this one.
Right? To skyrocket the amount of energy and excitement that you're waking up with. And this 12-hour butterfly effect is, I remember when we first learned about it, we first put it to test a few years ago, and it blows my mind away. And it works. Everybody that uses it, if this is the one thing you walked away from, if you implement this butterfly effect, this 12-hour butterfly effect, your life is going to be 100% better in the next 3 days. Yeah. And I can confidently say the next 3 days because we have clients in our program right now where when they came in the first 72 hours, they were writing us emails and calling us up on the phone saying, I cannot believe what has happened in 3 days.
Yeah.
I am actually waking up for the first time in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years without body aches. I'm actually waking up for the first time not feeling like I have to take a nap by 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we can confidently say that this is not only it works, but we've got people right now who are using it and can give testimonials all day long about how badass it is.
Yeah.
We're also going to go over the biggest lie that we tell ourselves about why we don't have any time. And seriously, if you're telling yourself the same lie, you will never achieve the freedom and the energy that you want. And guys, you need to understand something. Yeah. This freedom and energy we're talking about is your freaking birthright. All right? You were not put here to fail. You were put here to, succeed and make the world a better place. And Elliot, finally, what we're talking about, right, is the secret to finally feeling fulfilled and happy instead of wondering, why am I just doing all this? If I'm just wasting my time.
Yeah, and this is where, we really want you guys to let yourself imagine, let yourself dream, what would be the most amazing thing you could do with 90 hours of free time in the next month? What's that thing that you've been dying to just do, whether that's, go for a weekend hike or go camping, or maybe it's, do some of a hobby that you really love, or maybe it's spending time with your family or your kids. I mean, let yourself really think about what you could do with that time.
Yeah, right now, anybody watching this, whether you're watching it live or you're watching a replay, if you have questions, put them in the comments below, or feel free to private message either one of us if it's something more sensitive and you've got questions about this event and you're not really sure what it is or if it's right for you. But here's what's going to happen. You might be like, this is a ridiculous number. There's no way I get 90 hours of personal time, let alone the energy to do this. And I can guarantee it can happen. It can happen very, very fast. And, what happens, Elia, when people actually have 3 or more hours of clear, no strings attached personal time with energy every day? What happens?
Well, their life starts firing on all cylinders. I mean, it's amazing. You get the clarity, you start feeling great, you get the energy. Things start happening in your business and in your personal life that you would never expect because you're showing up feeling good.
Yeah.
You're showing up powerful.
Yeah. You're going to stop feeling paralyzed with, it could be apathy,
indecision, guilt, all of it.
Overwhelm. You're going to start making bold decisions quickly with confidence. Like Elia says, your life's going to start firing on all cylinders, not just 1 or 2 of them, right? Because your health and happiness hits new highs. What's really important is, and this is what more people can identify, is like that brain fog is going to lift, right?
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah.
Because you're getting deep, restful sleep and waking up energized and excited. And if you're like, well, I'm still not sure if this is for me. I mean, guys, here's how to know. If you answered yes to at least one of those 3 questions in the burnout test that I talked about earlier, just one thing in each of those categories, then this is for you. Or here's another way to put it. If you wake up in the morning and you're not excited for the day, this is for you.
Yeah. And if you can't take time off without feeling guilty or being completely stressed or having to down a bunch of alcohol so you can try to relax and unplug, then this is for you.
Yeah, guys. So really think about it. If I were to hand you a week-long vacation and it started, next week and you could take it, let's say work says, yep, you can go do it. Would you actually be able to enjoy it? Would you actually be able to enjoy it without having to stuff your face with food, without having to drink a bunch of rum down in the Caribbean? Would you actually be able to enjoy it? Think about that seriously. Because a lot of people are like, I just need a vacation. They go on vacation and then, they'll sleep a bunch and they'll do a bunch of stuff and they'll end up drinking probably way too much just because they're trying to unplug. And the first 3 days they'll be like, then the last few days they finally get into it. Then they got to come home.
Yep.
And if a vacation is not going to fix what you're dealing with, this is for you. Okay?
Absolutely. Yeah. So April 16th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As Adam said, there is a link above. Go to burnouttobadass.com. You can see all the details about the event. And really, the cost is a no-brainer for what you're going to get out of this. I can tell you the things you're going to learn are going to shift you in a massive way.
Yeah, this is the foundation of what we teach our clients. It's absolutely amazing stuff. And guys, like I said, if you do anything for yourself, at least go check it out. We've priced it insanely reasonable to get this type of attention, to get this type of personal time. And like I said, even if you can't make it on Tuesday, go ahead and register. If this is something that sounds good to you, because we'll handle your questions, we'll get to your problems, and we'll help you dive deep into really getting your life, to start firing on all cylinders again. So guys, that's burnouttobadass.com. The event is called Burnout to Badass Time and Energy Secrets. It's this Tuesday, April 16th at 7 p.m. And all right, guys, we'll see you then, right, Elio?
Yep. All right. Take care.